Okay, this is the door. Let's take a look what's behind it. I have the feeling that... Whoa! Okay, that was weird. Well, not much weirder than anything I've seen here, but, well... Seems I'm on some sort of space station now, which is absolutely fitting. Because the first man in the moon? Was that Neil Armstrong in July 1969? Not necessarily. In this world, in March 1953, the reporter Tintin landed on Earth's satellite, with an expedition led by his friend Professor Calculus. Well, at least in this story, that's another masterpiece in Hergé's work. Professor Calculus sends a telegram and orders Tintin and Haddock to come to Syldavia, where he is currently staying. Big surprise! Syldavia has a nuclear research center where the scientist is working on inventing a nuclear engine. This engine shall be used to propel a rocket that will take people to the moon. And Calculus chose Tintin and Haddock as his companions. But from the very first moment, one thing is clear. A foreign power is very interested in the research results of Calculus's expedition. Finally, however, it happens. The journey into the unknown. Interestingly, the authors of the German novel series Perry Rhodan, launched in 1961, also came up with the idea of equipping the rocket of the first moon flight, which in their case took place in 1971, with a nuclear engine. But in terms of realism, Hergé was ahead, and I'm not talking about the extraterrestrials that Perry Rhodan found on the moon and Tintin didn't. What I mean, while Rhodan's rocket Stardust is permanently operated with nuclear power, Calculus's nameless moon rocket uses a conventional jet engine for takeoff and landing, to prevent contamination of landing and starting sites. In general, a lot of work was put into researching for the comic. Hergé had a model of the interior of the moon rocket built to ensure that it looked authentic on all panels. He and his employees consulted various specialists, for example about how did scientists imagine the lunar surface, how must the rocket be constructed, how the spacesuits. What means of transportation do you use on the moon? The comic book also includes one full page of a construction drawing of the moon rocket. And it's very detailed. The story about the moon flight is again woven into a mysterious crime story with a surprising resolution, but that comes at the end of the sequel. In the tradition of the cliffhanger, Volume 1 ends with the launch of the rocket and no one knows whether the astronauts are still alive. As a science fiction fan, I particularly like this double volume. I'm thrilled with how accurate it was handled. The double volumes are generally my favorite ones, but this is my personal highlight. And of course, as always, for the fun parts, there are Thompson and Thompson. Okay, that's it. That's the end of Volume 1. And what about me?